Well, good evening, racing fans. Welcome to Racing Action from Grand River Raceway for this Wednesday evening. Just a perfect evening. Blue skies overhead and 12 minutes to post. We got a little late start due to some technical difficulties, but ready to rock and roll, and let's get a look at the changes on this evening's card of racing. Note in race number 1, we have scratches of 2 and 8. Race 1, scratch 2, Uber Hanover, and 8. Remember the custard. In the second race, scratched is number 3, Top Dealer. Race 2, scratch 3, Top Dealer. In race number 3, there were no changes. No changes, race 3. Race 4, scratched is number 6, Easy Breezy Beautiful. In race number 5, number 6, Lotto Max, blinkers to open bridle. Blinkers to open bridle.
Yo, Gary, hold on a second.
In race number 6, note that number 5, 310 to Yuma, blinkers to side rolls. Blinkers to side rolls. And also note there is no late pick 4 in race number 6. No late pick 4. Correction. There is no late pick 5 is what the correction should be. There is no late pick 5, which is listed in the program, races 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, because, well, there is no 10th race. In race number 7, well, look, race 8, no changes. We'll get to the 7th later. Got lots of time. Race number 9, there were no changes. Program error is that there should be a super high 5 added. So add super high 5. Also note there should be a daily double listed in race number 8. A lot of multi-leg changes that need to be explained, but we'll get to them later in the program. We'll make sure it's all clarified, but nonetheless, note race number 1, scratches of 2 and 8. The second dash, number 3, Top Dealer, is scratched. We're just 10 minutes to post time for a very quick visit with our London Bureau Chief, live from Western Fair Raceway. Sugar Doyle, how are you doing?
Doing all right here in London, Ontario. We opened up our simulcast a little early today for people to come on in and enjoy the Jugette eliminations. And, of course, the finals coming up very soon there. And the track is lightning fast down around Delaware, Ohio.
Well, it's just such a warm day throughout southern Ontario and the northeastern part of the U.S. So just a beautiful day for some fall racing. And we're moving along late, and you're moving towards your start of Western Fair, and you got that sale coming up next month. And lots of great action coming. We have 9 cards. 9 races tonight. We'll explain a little bit later as we go. There's just some program error about the multi-leg starting from race number 6, but it'll be the same format when we normally have 9. So we'll get that explanation.
That's the thing. That's the key thing to get across to people. Same format with 9 races. The one and only pick 5 play on the night happens in race number 1. Folks have got 8 minutes left to think about it.
Yeah, so we'll step out for a minute in case we have a commercial or two, and then we'll come back with some wisdom on your end.
All right, sounds good.
Winbak Farm of Ontario is home to outstanding sires, including three-time millionaire pacer tattoo artist who is new in 2025, the last great son of the legendary Sub Beach Somewhere and multiple stakes champion Beach Glass, Meadowlands Pace and Ontario Sire Stakes champion Lawless Shadow, and the richest pacing stallion in all of harness racing history, the great Hall of Famer Mick Wicked. Also standing at Winbak Farm, Archangel, Better Than Cheddar, Betting Line, My MVP, and Trixton. For more information, visit winbakfarm.com.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to the show. We are flying into a evening of racing. Wednesday evening of racing. Grand River Raceway 9- is on tap. We've got the $5,000 guaranteed pool. Pick 5 play right up front. It's like this for me. We're using 3 Woodmere Denver and 6 Dragons Better to start things off. The favorite at 8-5, the one horse, not featured in the opening leg of my ticket idea. Over to race 2, we're using 1, 2, and 5. Jimmy's on a roll. Salzburg Gunner's on a roll. As opposed to Harbor Light Jimmy. One more to think about. We're deepest of all in races 3 and 5, going 4 deep in each of those. In between the deepness, we've got a single and number 5, Waiting on a Woman. Loving her chances to hit the winner's circle there. 8-time winner this season. Been a while, though. Mid-July was the latest victory, but she just missed last time out. She is sitting on a win. Number 5, Waiting on a Woman, my single, race 4. I'm in to go. $19.20 on the 20-cent wager. Gary Guy. I've got a pick 5 ticket idea as well. Let's go, Gary.
We'll do a very quick run through. So I have 4 horses here in the first race. So 3, 6, 7, and 4. That I added in the 4 because the 8 is out in the second race. Just in with the inside 2. Jimmy's on a roll and Salzburg Gunner. Third race, I singled up Calypso Creek, so there we have a difference of opinion there.
Yeah.
In the fourth race, Waiting on a Woman, I added Shady Memories just for some coverage, and the fifth race, of course, Convoy 22, but I added Southwind Circuit, just took your first 2 out of that group, and so keeping it a little shorter, $6.40.
I like it. I like your ticket idea. Good luck, Gary. Conley Ecclestone, friend of the show, of course, in to go with his pick 5 ticket idea, 3, 6 of the opening leg. He's with me with Woodmere Denver and Dragons Better. 3 deep for Conley in the second. Deepest of all for Conley, the third race, 1, 3, 4, and 5. The fourth race, he went to Little Bear Cat. He's got Waiting on a Woman, and outside a Saki Bomb, and a single for Conley on the end, number 4, Convoy 22, one of Gary Guy's favorite pacers at the river. $14.40 for Conley in to go. Next voice you'll hear, Gary with the Post Parade. Race number 1 of 9, the one and only pick 5 play, starting things up.
Field on post parade for race one. One is Perfectly Blue. Travis Culliver, Corey Fuller, and Kyle Stretch. Number 3 is Woodmere Denver. Jay Harris for Pamela Goodale. 4 is Old Buck. Paul McKenzie for Sean Hyatt. 5 is That'll Be Tiger. Sammy Filia for Cassidy Schneider, Colonel Schneider Jr. Number 6, Dragons Better. Daryl Thiessen for Corey Giles. Michelle Tartan for Ender Gill. And number 7, Always Be Sweetest. Brett McDonald for Ron McDonald and Shen Go. Scratches of 2 and 8. Let's get a look at this field. And the money has come for Dragons Better. And Dragons Better, well, is going to have to be better because the recent form isn't great. But you go back to August the 11th and couldn't have been any better because blasted the front and bombed the field to win by 3, Sugar.
Yeah, and look who was on board, and look who he reunites with tonight. Daryl Thiessen, we know he loves to send them, and he's leaving from a great spot, one of the best spots for a pacer with gate speed, leaving from post 5 now with the scratch of 2. Is this 6? Dragons Better, my top selection all day long here in the opener. Really like the chances to do that coast-to-coast like butter on toast thing.
Yeah, well, I know some announcer says that, but I wouldn't copy that guy. Look, also Dragons Better, 52 and 1 August the 11th, so he certainly showed the speed. Number 3, Woodmere Denver, is the one that I'm going to on top because of that last race at Flamborough. Man, oh man, was he just freewheeling. And, you know, I've seen Woodmere Denver in the past put up some decent miles. He's been a little bit inconsistent in spots, but still overall, 11 out of 20 in the top 3 on the year.
I remember him racing down around the Maritimes as a younger horse, and he always wanted to be on or near the lead, and that's where he appears to do his best work, right? You can look through the program lines and see when he's been on top. He's either winning or he's been right there, but that latest, 55 and 3 mile over Flamborough, nice win over the half-miler. Want to see him in play. Jay Harris likes to do just that.
That's probably a 53 or maybe even high 52s mile here, so you might compare more with Dragons Better than you might think, but man, did he look alive last time out. Number 7, Always Be Sweetest. Tough to be sweet on the recent form, but then August the 7th, a win at Mohawk in 53.
Yeah, you got to go back a ways, right? Something like 5 weeks between wins, and the form is definitely off. Last few outings was on the lead where, it's been a while since this one's been on the lead. Woodbine Mohawk Park has not been kind to Always Be Sweetest since August 7th, right? Been big odds in recent starts. And it does get a bit of class relief here, but winning at 8-5, that's a lot to ask.
And then they took your 8 away from you with a scratch, and that was going to be your second choice. So where did you want to go to next?
I guess it'll be a 1, like Perfectly Blue. I mean, this one took all the early action, right? And now it has drifted up to 6-1. So was the early money the smart money? We'll find out soon enough. Trained by Corey Fuller, Travis Cullen staying on to drive. Was on the lead at Flamborough in the latest, just gave it up late. A little soft on the end, just 31 speed. That's not going to get you much on a track in Ontario. We'll have to finish up stronger to get into the mix here.
I didn't go to Perfectly Blue. We had the same top 3, and only because 0 for 17 in the top 2,
right.
3/3, just light in the top 3. Was good last year. So I went to the veteran Old Buck. Now look at 2 minutes in Hanover, but that's a track that hasn't been yielding time. But at least this is one that has 3 wins on the year and comes in with back-to-back decent outings.
He's gotten up to 43 career victories. Paul McKenzie goes on board Old Buck. He's got that heart-building win maybe in the latest. This is a tougher group, I think. Old Buck will do well to hit the top 4, but we'll wish you luck, Gary.
So the only one we didn't talk about is That'll Be Tiger. So you watch out for Sammy Filia, Cassidy Schneider. This 7-year-old horse is just sitting there saying, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Longest shot in the board, right? We've talked about the rest, and maybe he's going to be the best. That'll Be Tiger.
We'll see what
Looking for a
happens.
big
But
upset, looking to surprise, looking to make fun of us, right?
yeah, and you're on top with Dragons Better. The fans are with you, and I went to Woodmere, Denver, just off of what I saw last time out. We'll see if my memory is correct. But Perfectly
There we
Blue
go.
has the inside. Woodmere, Denver, Old Buck. That'll be Tiger in the center. The outside, Dragons Better, and Always Be Sweetest. Field of 6. Race number 1. Let's go. Field 4, race number 1. Gathering speed, approaching the start. They're at the start of the rough, and on the inside, Woodmere, Denver. To the outside, Dragons Better. Those are the first two to emerge. Then Old Buck and Perfectly Blue. That'll be Tiger and Always Be Sweetest, and it is Woodmere, Denver. And Jay Harris, who's got the early lead. Dragons Better needs to find a seat, is still on the outside. And on the inside, Old Buck wants to fill the pocket, and leaving Dragons Better out for a while. Dragons Better is going to have to think of a better plan, and is going to take back now and find the pylons third as they pass that quarter in 26-1. Woodmere, Denver, Old Buck, Dragons Better, and then it is Perfectly Blue, who's racing position to fourth. Then it's a gap to the trailing pair. That'll be Tiger and Always Be Sweetest. 26-1 the opening quarter. Woodmere, Denver leads as they head on up towards the half. Looks for a breather after that. 26-1 lively opening panel. Old Buck is tucked into the pocket at 30-1, and then Dragons Better racing third. Perfectly Blue, that'll be Tiger and Always Be Sweetest. Woodmere, Denver, half of 55. Dragons Better is going to pop out now and come out, and is quickly taken over second and is bearing down on Woodmere, Denver. Dragons Better, Woodmere, Denver, as they now share the lead on by 3/4 off a half of 55, and Woodmere, Denver trying to pick up the challenge of Dragons Better. Dragons Better is better by just about a neck now. 1:23 3 the 3/4 time. Dragons Better, and on the inside, Winbak Denver trying to hold off Dragons Better, but Dragons Better is better, and is better by a length and a half now than Woodmere, Denver. Old Buck dropped back, and now coming late is That'll Be Tiger on down the stretch. Where they come, Dragons Better now is cruising as they come on to the finish. Dragons Better wins, widening it out. Woodmere, Denver, That'll Be Tiger and Always Be Sweetest. 152-2 for Dragons Better. Well, Dragons Better went 152-1 back in August, so 1/5 better, and certainly just too much horse for the rest of this field.
Oh, for sure, and that was after being hung out to dry. The opening quarter, 26-1, and Mackenzie was just protecting that inside lane to secure the pocket ride, but made no difference for Old Buck. He tailed off in the late going, but this horse was very sharp tonight. We loved the chances for this one to start up the pick 5 play, and he was a well-meant winner, and the horse players got behind him very late. They were pounding him, and again, 52-2. Not a surprising mile because he did get over the river earlier this summer in 52-1. Strong second, Woodmere, Denver put up those ambitious early fractions. The 7, Always Be Sweetest, I thought would be better, but he wanted to run almost every step of the way. Very bumpy, gated throughout. So he's going to need some tinkering, I think, going forward.
And credit to Darrell, at least when he realizes, okay, yeah, I would have loved to go to the front, but that, 26-1, I'm not going to try to challenge that and kill myself because I got lots of horse here. I'll save it for later.
Yeah, even when he backed off and put this horse in along the pylons in third, was still right on the bit. So I wasn't bothered at all with the parking out through the quarter mile because, again, he's coming back to the winner's circle on the bit. This horse was just very sharp, ultra sharp victory tonight. Well-meant winner at 3-5.
And the one we didn't talk about, That'll Be Tiger, at least it did get up for third at 20-1.
Yeah, lucky to be third. The 7 was coming when he straightened out there. He found a better stride, but like I said, very bumpy gated for the 7. Very tough for him to hit the top 3 in there. That'll Be Tiger, though, a solid third at 20-1.
Dragons Better, none better in the first race. 4-year-old Fear of the Dragon Bay gelding, owned by Michelle Letarte and Verinder Gill. Corey Giles is the trainer. Darrell Thiessen, double-barrel Darrell, guns them down in the first. 4th win for Dragons Better this year, 11th lifetime. Mile of 152-2. The first race payout, 6 Dragons Better, 330, 220, 210. 3 Woodmere Denver, 240, 220. 5, that'll be Tiger, 270. $2 Exactor, 580. Dollar Try, 970. Dollar Super, 28.70. 20-cent Super, 574. First race order finish from the top. 6 scratch, 253, 1 4 scratch. That's 6 scratch, 253, 1 4 scratch on the bottom.
Alrighty, folks, we are back after a heavy favorite wins leg one of the very popular Pick 5 play, the one and only Pick 5 play, I might add. With 9 races carded, we will finish up the back half of the card. Races 6 through 9 will feature a late Pick 4. So, we got the early Pick 4 starting up here in race number 2, $2,500. A guaranteed pool. I'm settling on the 1, 2, and 5. Those are the 3 that are taking the earliest action. This compact field of 4 now at the scratch of number 3. So either 1, 2, or 5 for me. Going to go 4 deep in the third. Calypso Creek, Tahoe Seal Stir, Alcatraz Blue Chip, and that 5, Smoothies Delight, gets a call as well for me. I single up number 5, Waiting on a Woman, because we just love her tonight after just missing in her latest. And back to 40 in race number 5, Southwind Circuit, Convoy 22. Trinidad making the second start back off the layoff, and will also include 7 Ethereum Party off that very sharp victory in the latest. I'm going to go for $8.60 on a 20-cent play. So another ticket idea. Gary Guys, Indigo here is on the inside with Jimmy's on a roll, and Salzbrook Gunner, who is the one that is on the roll here at the River. He's got 2 wins in his last 3. The latest, sparkling gate to wire, 53-1 life best. Singling up, number 1, Calypso Creek is Gary in race number 3. 4th race, he's on the 5, Waiting on a Woman, including Shady Memories as his plan B. One of his favorite horses here at the River this summer, Convoy 22, is his top selection in the 5th. His plan B in there is going to be 3, Southwind Circuit. Gary Indigo, just $1.60 on a 20-cent wager. You can play it on a $1 ticket, would cost you $8 even. One more ticket idea. Friend of the show, Conley Ecclestone, with his best go on this early pick 4. 3 deep, the opening leg. No 2 for Conley, leaving the heavy favorite off. He's hoping for a value player here, so good luck with that, Conley. 4 deep here in the 3rd, Calypso Creek, Alcatraz Blue Chip, Onego, and also including Smoothies Delight. Then he's 3 deep in the 4th, Lil Bearcat, Waiting on a Woman, and outside the Saki Bomb. Then he singles up Convoy 22, a 10-time winner this season. Many of those wins right here at the River. $7.20 on the 20-cent play for Conley with no 2 in the opening leg of this early pick 4 at the River. Best of luck, all.
Field on post right for race number 2. 1, Jimmy's on a roll. Austin Sorry for Rachel Andrew. Number 2 is Salzburg Gunner, Daryl Thiessen for Gary Murner and Brandon Giroux. For Irish Dally, Scott Young for Corey Fuller and Jim Wilson. And 5 is Harborlight Jimmy, Damian McClellan for Kyle Boston and Ralph Jardine. Field of 4 for the second race. And we got a 1-9 Salzburg Gunner. And calling out Conley for not using the 1-9 horse. And I think you're right. I mean, you got to use the 2. But did you notice that in the pick 5, about 55% of the money disappeared when Dragon's Better won? Sometimes you wonder, wow, what the heck is that?
Yeah, how did that happen? Well, there was a lot of early money on the 1, so maybe people got swayed in the early going and were making their tickets, purchasing their pick 5 tickets about 5 or 6 minutes to post time when the 1 happened to be a favorite. Well, the 6 was a much the best winner, but surprising to hear that.
But you know the one thing, if you leave Salzburg Gunner off and you're gonna take 3 horses, then take 4 horses. You might as well just
hit the all button, baby.
Yeah, like just for coverage.
Yeah, because especially in the pick 5 play, right? I mean, you want to have some coverage here. You want to get through the leg, but I can understand opening leg, leaving the heavy favorite off when starting a multi-leg. But for leg 2, I would have hoped he'd use the 2 Salzburg Gunner. But hey, what do we know? Conley can strike now and then with an upset player, and maybe he's got one here in race number 2, but I'm not going to get away from the 2. I mean, that was a very sharp gate to wire win. We know he does his great work on the straightaways. He can absolutely fly, and he's been a nice addition to the racing ranks in Ontario.
And his 53 and 1 mile really stands up, but it looked like he could have even gone more. Like he just looked like he would want
100%.
to destroy them. I took a shot against him just because I knew that I thought he's going to be 1-9. So I just wanted to take a shot, but it's not because I don't think he's the best in here. And you actually went. Your second shot was Harbor Light Jimmy.
Yeah, he was able to ride along the 2-hole behind the gunner last time out. He did fade to third. He got passed by a horse there through the stretch, but he's worth a look for the exactor and try and superfecta here. I don't know. Can he beat the one horse out of there? I'm not sure, but I think the 2 is going to the top all day long. I mean, why wouldn't he? I mean, he was so good last time out, and I think you're right. He's going to go away at a very short price. 1-9 would not surprise me for the 2, but Harbor Light Jimmy, likely your best value on the board right now.
I'll tell you why I went to Jimmy's on a roll on top. Non-winners at 2 the last 3 races, and so where Salzburg Gunner was racing in the maiden class, and Jimmy's on a roll. That's a mile of 54-4 over Flamborough, which actually I would say is quicker than the 53-1 here. So Jimmy's on a roll. I wouldn't be shocked if Austin tries to beat Salzburg Gunner off the gate and try to establish, because Austin loves to send them. And, non-winners at 2 is a little tougher. If you look at some of the horses, Lions Frankie J and Crazen Party Boy that he was in against last time out, like they would be crushing this field. So, I actually think that Jimmy's on a roll, especially because I knew that Salzburg Gunner was going to be heavily bet. I would go there on top, but your thoughts on Jimmy's on a roll?
Yeah, I guess you just convinced me that that's probably the way it's going to work out now with a reduced field of 4. I mean, Harbor Light Jimmy still on the outside looking in, but the 1 does have that gate speed factor. And as you mentioned, 54-4 Flamborough in the latest. Nothing wrong with that. And Austin likely protects the inside lane to secure a spot up close. If not on the lead, he's got to be following the Teeston helmet early.
And we better talk about Irish Dally just so the horse doesn't get mad at us.
Why not? Just like we did with the Schneider horse in the opener, That'll Be Tiger. We weren't talking about it. Well, finished up a strong third. Well, maybe here's your third in race 2. Irish Dally. Scott the Answer Young stays on to drive. He's going to have to show a little, maybe a lot more than he did last time out. 56-4 over Flamborough. It doesn't measure up to be like 53 speed, which he will need in here to battle for a first or second. But show spot, not out of the question.
No, I think has a shot to win, because that's a non-winners at 2 at Georgian that he wired in 56-4. That track doesn't race fast. And this is one that the last 2 starts were in the non-winners at 3, so drops down 2 levels. So you always got to remember class. Like you get looking at speed, and sometimes speed, you get the speed you get because you're in too tough. I wouldn't count Irish Dally as not belonging.
Yeah, is 10 for 21, top 3s on the season, so the consistency is there. It's just he's meeting up with a killer here, I think, in Salzburg Gunner.
Well, we're going to find out. We have 4 horses on the gate, and they're about reaching the start. They're at the start, and they're off, and Harbor Light Jimmy, Irish Dally. Jimmy's on a roll, trying to blast through on the inside, but Irish Dally is not going to dilly-dally around and is going to drive up and get the front. Irish Dally, Jimmy's on a roll, now he's going to pop out. And, Scott Young looks over his right shoulder and says, well, if you're coming, then come on, man, let's go. Jimmy's on a roll, is going to sweep up now and take the lead, and Irish Dally is going to be racing on the back of Jimmy's on a roll. 28-second opening quarter. They race their way on towards us, and then Salzburg Gunner and Harbor Light Jimmy, and they race their way on up past us. And it is Jimmy's on a roll who's leading, and Irish Dally's in the pocket. Salzburg Gunner on the inside third with Harbor Light Jimmy racing fourth. Jimmy's on a roll off a 28 opening quarter, and they head their way on up towards the half. Jimmy's on a roll, and Austin Sorry with Irish Dally enjoying the view in the pocket. Salzburg Gunner is still kept on the inside right now as they race past the half in 58, a 32nd second split, and Harbor Light Jimmy is trailing this compact field, but Jimmy's on a roll. continues to roll on the lead in front of the 11-1 Irish Dally. Salzburg Gunner moves up a little bit closer, and this one looks to be on a line a little bit, and now Daryl Thiessen is going to try to come out with Salzburg Gunner, and then it is Haberlight Jimmy, and right now Jimmy's on a roll. Irish Dally's going to pop out. Irish Dally driving against Jimmy's on a roll, and then on the inside, Salzburg Gunner and Haberlight Jimmy in the field turns for home. Jimmy's on a roll and Irish Dally. Haberlight Jimmy is sent out 3 wide, and Salzburg Gunner's on the inside, 4 across the track, and a wide Haberlight Jimmy, who was last early, is driving on the outside. Haberlight Jimmy is going to roll on the outside, is scooting up the inside is Salzburg Gunner. It was close, but I think Jimmy's on a roll held on. They were charging. Salzburg Gunner was up the inside. On the outside was Haberlight Jimmy, but I think Jimmy's on a roll. 156-3. We only had 4 horses in it, and yet we had ourselves a heck of a horse race down the stretch drive.
They made a good race of it, and I believe it is your top selection holding on for victory. Something was for sure amiss with Salzburg Gunner, and it wasn't for taking back. I mean, they just wanted to try him from off the pace tonight, but loose line, and like you mentioned, may have been on a line a bit, because when Daryl tried to force him to the outside going to 3/4, horse was kind of shying away, but he darted right back to the pylons when Daryl asked him to do that. So something was amiss. Some tinkering prior to his next start, likely for Gunner.
Yeah, I think he only wanted to turn left. He wasn't big on going to the right. And,
I've had a few like that.
That 4 Irish Dally is close. I mean, I think it was Jimmy's on a roll. I kind of thought the outside one was going by. Then all of a sudden I see here comes Salzburg Gunner up the inside, and but Jimmy's in a roll. Says, no, I think I got a little bit left. We're going to come on to the finish. We'll see the slow-mo. But it was a really fine horse race. But there is Jimmy's on a roll. Well, I said I thought it's going to make the lead, and it did turn out that. Look at 4 horses. They're there, and they're coming on the outside.
All within a half length, right? That was a strong finish. The one wins it. I don't know who got second though.
Yeah, second is very close. Of course, on the outside and the inside. But you know what? They were sandwiching the winner. Jimmy's on a roll, and Austin Sorry. And look. As I said, Irish Dally belonged in there, gave a big effort.
He did, too. I mean, he found himself with a great trip in there and a win. I mean, it was looking pretty good when they were making the swing for home. Then it was looking really good for Haberlight Jimmy. Salzburg Gunner was finding a better stride late, but this horse, all heart, all fight. They just couldn't get by. Jimmy's on a roll.
We had only half a field. We got a full effort, though, from the field, and Jimmy's on a roll was able to just outlast them at the finish. Jimmy's on a roll, the 3-year-old Big Jim Bay Colt, owned and trained by Rachel Andrew. Austin Sorry, the winning driver. 3rd win for Jimmy's on a roll this season and a lifetime. Rolled to a victory in 156-3. Fans, the inquiry sound go up pertaining to number 2 Salzburg Gunner and a possible pylon violation. Fans note the judge's ruling that number 2 Salzburg Gunner, who finished third, is going to be placed back to fourth, was judged to have been inside of 2 consecutive pylons and was lapped on at the finish. So the top 4, 1-5-4-2. Second race, payouts 1, Jimmy's on a roll, 740, 320, 380. 5 Harvard Light Jimmy, 540 and 1130, and 4 average Dally, 1150. $2 exactor, 2080. Dollar try, 34.45. Dollar super, $57. 20 cents super, 1140. $2 double of 6 and 1, 1450. second race, or we finish from the top. So 1, 3 plays 4 scratch, 4 plays 3, 2. Once again, top down, 1 4 scratch, 3 2. Field on parade. 1 is Calypso Creek, Damian McClellan for Barry Bird and Debbie Bird and Brian Davey and Barry McLennan. Number 2 is Tahoe Sealster, Austin Saray for Joe McIsaac and Ramaseko Group and Wayne McKean. Number 3 is Alcatraz Blue Chip, Paul McKenzie for Dr. Ian Moore and Let It Ride Stables and Reg Pedipus and Stephen Demeter and Bolton Stables. 4 is Colinago, it's Sammy Foley for Blair Birches and Clay Harland Horner. 5 is Smoothies Delight, Travis Cullen for Robert Kyle Fellows and Jeff McVadden and a numbered company. And number 6, Laser Lauren House for Cassidy Schneider and Colonel Schneider Jr. Field of 6, race number 3. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, who doesn't like a smoothie? You probably have delighted in a few smoothies in your lifetime.
Oh, of course. I guess a smoothie for me growing up was like a strawberry milkshake. I loved my milkshakes when getting a burger and a fries back in the day. So I guess that was my smoothie. As I got older, I got the bullet and tried to make some smoothies, tried to drop some weight. Just wasn't going to happen for me, so I tossed the bullet and said, to hell with smoothies.
Burger, fries, and a smoothie. There's your perfect diet. Well, why not? Well, Smoothies Delight is one that 3-1, but you think this one's going to munch on the field and, be the one to beat here.
Yeah, I just think she's found a good spot. I mean, it looks like an easier spot this time around. Travis Henry with a test driving assignment. We know she's got the gate speed to work with. And, real good check getter thus far in her career. She's 5 for 6 in top 3s, including 2 wins and a pair of runner-up finishes. And she looks fantastic once again. This is a nice son of Better's Delight.
Your number 2 Tahoe Sealster was really good here last time out, and I think this is a tougher group, but still, boy, blasted to the front. And Austin Sorey had one plan, and that came out, and then just kept on rolling.
I was thinking about it, but it was that 2-year-old factor, right? We've got 4 2-year-olds in here facing Smoothies Delight, who's a 3-year-old. Laser's a 4-year-old. So I said I was never going to pick another 2-year-old on top of older horses the rest of this meet. So there's a few weeks left, and I wanted to, but I just couldn't go there.
I wanted you to go to Laser. You scored at 28-1 back in July. Why not go for another whack? And that was quite the call.
No. We'll know when the time is right.
You just keep that money in your pocket. Don't let it burn a hole there. Alcatraz Blue Chip is one that... was a nice winner here 2 races ago. Front-end win as the favorite. Boy, didn't enjoy Mohawk last race.
No, it didn't work out for him. This is the good-looking colt son of Shadow Play. Kind of has a Shadow Play look to him. Not very big, so maybe that was the thing at Woodbine Mohawk Park. He corners well around Grand River Raceway. Will likely do okay on the half monitors as well, but just maybe Woodbine Mohawk Park just it's kind of big for him, and he wasn't having anything to do with it there last time out. I'm surprised, really. Well, now he's starting to take some action. I thought he'd actually be a heavy favorite in here, and that's why I went elsewhere, looking for a bit of a price. I honestly thought the 5 would be sitting around 4-1, the morning line, but the action is there, 5-2. Maybe the folks are kind of with me saying we want an older horse. We don't want a rookie pacer here.
And I went to the 2-year-old on top, Calypso Creek and Damian McClellan. But
Okay.
Now we're getting
Singles.
into the middle of September, and Calypso Creek, I thought blasted out well last time out, and now inside post. I think we see this one leaves every start. I wanted to try this 2-year-old again because I was really impressed.
Yeah, he's got a really good record, Gary. He's 7 for 8, top 3, just a one-time winner, but just missed in his latest. Home a trip at 55 flat in a Prospect Series race. So he's even faced some stakes competition and looks to be the choice for Damien here. Damien's been listed on the 5 every time, so he goes to the 1. You might be on to something.
I got the memo about the 2-year-olds, and then I took the memo and threw it in the garbage and said, no, I saw
Of
Calypso Creek.
course.
I think I know what I saw. I want to see if it plays to fruition here. What the heck?
There you go.
Why take people's wisdom when you can just be a fool and drive on?
Go on, giddy up,
Let's
Gary.
go. Calypso Creek, Tahoe Sealster on the inside. In the center, Alcatraz, Blue Chip, and Colanago. To the outside, Smoothies, Delight, and Laser. It's a field of 6-4. Race number 3. They're into the backstretch. Field for the third. Is at the start and they're off, and down the center of the track, leaving out is Smoothies Delight, Alcatraz Blue Chip, Tahoe Sealster, Calypso Creek is relaxed away and is racing fourth, then Colanago and Laser, but Smoothies Delight is delightful early, leads by about 2 at 3-2 on the board. Alcatraz Blue Chip, Tahoe Sealster, Calypso Creek, then Colanago. Alcatraz Blue Chip wants to escape the pocket and come out and drive now, and it is Alcatraz Blue Chip who's going to press on and grab the lead. Smoothies Delight is racing second, and Tahoe Sealster third. 27-1 is the opening quarter as they work their way on past us and heading towards the half. Racing position fourth, Calypso Creek, then Colanago and Laser. But Alcatraz Blue Chip has got the lead as they race their way on up towards the half, and then Smoothies Delight now stepping to the outside. Tahoe Sealster giving cover to Calypso Creek, who's out now, then Laser and Colanago. But Alcatraz Blue Chip 56 1/2, 29-second panel. Alcatraz Blue Chip getting closer on the outside. Tahoe Sealster. Smoothies Delight is on the inside third, and Calypso Creek has got cover second over fourth, then Laser on the inside to the outside. Colanago 3 in, 3 out. Halftime was 56 1, and the race on up to 3/4 and having some problems. Tahoe Sealster, so now Calypso Creek lost cover and is racing third and popping out of the pocket. Smoothies Delight against Alcatraz Blue Chip, and Calypso Creek is within striking distance as Smoothies Delight getting some urging to try to get by Alcatraz Blue Chip on the inside. Calypso Creek in the field turns for home. Smoothies Delight, Alcatraz Blue Chip, and Calypso Creek. Smoothies Delight and Alcatraz Blue Chip. Smoothies Delight is going to come on at the finish and win it. Alcatraz Blue Chip was a game second, Calypso Creek third, and Laser fourth. 154-3. Smoothies Delight. Do you like yourself a smoothie, sugar?
Well, I do tonight. It's the older horse factor.
Yeah.
Going against 2-year-olds. Take nothing away from Alcatraz Blue Chip, though. That was a very game second, as you mentioned. He still paced his mile in 54 and change, but the best trip of all went to the 5.
Yeah, and the credit also that Smoothies Delight was able to grind, and that's probably that age because really,
Right?
the next 2-year-olds, they were game, but they were good. But just Smoothies Delight, little bit more maturity and a little bit able to just hang in a little harder.
Yeah, and another thing too, a 3-year-old, it'll get driven a little harder than a rookie pacer, and that's going to happen every time too, right? A 3-year-old, a little more foundation into him, so Travis might have been able to urge him on a little more. Paul's chasing up the 3 pretty good, but not like the 5. The 5 got urged pretty good to get there.
And then Calypso Creek had a good second of a trip and then lost the cover with a break in front of him. So that didn't work his way either. And he was driven conservatively early, but then it didn't help that he lost his cover and then was first over.
The front 3, they all raced well in there. They're all right there, 54, 55. Tahoe Sealster was getting along fine. I don't know if it was a little green or what going into the final turn. The son of Century Pharaoh. Hope that was just it, greenness only, because he was doing all right up until then.
Well, I got the memo. I threw it in the garbage, but you kept the memo and said, yeah, we'll just go with it. And Smoothies Delight, your top one, gets the job done. Smoothies Delight's a 3-year-old. Better's Delight, Bay Gelding, owned by Jeff McFadden and a numbered company. Robert Kyle Fellows, the trainer. Travis Cullen, the winning driver. Third win for Smoothies Delight. Mile of 154-3. Third race, payouts 5, Smoothies Delight. 510, 340, 273, Alcatraz Blue Chip 420, 250. 1 Calypso Creek 230. $2 exactor $23. Dollar try $22.35. Dollar super $142.80. 20-cent super $28.56. Third race, Silver finish from the top. 362514. That's 362514 on the bottom.
I'm Natasha Day. I train and drive harness racing horses at London, Ontario. These are my main products that I use in my racehorse barn that are all Omega Alpha, the Biotic 8, the Immune Plus, the Anti-Flam, which is great for the horses after they've had a hard day racing. The Biotic 8, I swear by it. Get all the dapples out, gets the old coat out, gets everything pumping and moving and makes the shine really come out.
field for the fourth on parade. One Pretty Missy May, Austin Surrey for Ken Middleton Jr. and James Grant. Number 2, Little Bearcat, Daryl Thiessen for Brett Lester and Michelle Ettard. Number 3, Lisa's All In, Damien McClellan for Kyle Bossens and Daryl Newbeging. And number 4, Shady Memories, Nick Stewart for Ryan Stewart and Lisa Stewart and Noah Stewart. 5, Waiting on a Woman, Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and Ron Cullen. 6, Scratch 7, Dolly Daydream, Jason Ryan for Vic Putty and Limco Incorporated. And number 8, Sake Bomb, Sammy Filia for Jacob Roberts and Triple S Equine. Field of 7, race number 4. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, Sugar, your top one, Waiting on a Woman, you singled into pick 5, which you're still alive. I'm not, because I didn't listen to you and I threw the memo in the garbage, didn't listen. So you're still alive, though.
Boy.
Waiting on a Woman.
Oh. Things just got to happen to me once, right? I think I had a 2-year-old on top 3 weeks ago or something like that. He got beat by an older horse. Said it wasn't going to happen again this meet, so I have to stick to it, right? You can only get me once like that. So anyway, we're gonna go heavy on Waiting on a Woman. We love her chances because she just missed last time out, and she was game too. She traveled first up for a long ways, just missing by a nose. She just kept on coming. It's a great spot for her, and I just don't see her getting beat here.
Well, and this has been a really nice one. A nice steady check getter, good check getter for Jody Cullen. Look at the money. Just, a lower level claimer, although it was kind of a 10 to 15 earlier, but still the last couple of seasons now at about 97,000 since January 1st of last year. So sometimes even these bottom ones, it's just a solid barn, Jody Cullen's barn. Look,
the Cullen barn, Gary, they put them in where they can win, and it's as simple as that. Like she's in for the tag of 8. She might be worth a little bit more, but the Cullens love to win. Like I said, they put them in where they know they can win.
Yeah, and if they get claimed, they get claimed, but they race where they belong,
Yep.
and that's a big part of this game. If you can afford it, and the key is what you paid to get into a horse. But if you paid too much for a horse and now you protect it by not putting it in where you belong, well, now you're just doubling down on the problem. So
yeah. They're pretty good, though, at, refreshing, replenishing their stock. I've seen them bring in horses from south of the border or even out west. And you know what? That's key, too, just keeping the stock fresh. But Waiting on a Woman, she's been a good one for them.
a lot of eyes looking all around all the time. Little Bearcat is one that if you were looking around, you saw this one in the winner's circle last time out.
Yeah, it's got to be the stiffest competition, I would think. The 3, Lisa's All In, has taken 5-2 action. But for me, the one that I was a bit nervous about was this 2, Little Bearcat. Thiessen stays on board. She got along fine when touching down on the lead prior to the half in her latest, and then they just couldn't get to her. I don't think she's got that big gate blasting speed. So I thought to myself, she's not going to make front this week. She will not be on top, and I think that's why I've settled on the 5 to be a single in the multi-leg wagers here.
Interesting, Little Bearcat last time. That was the bottom class, 54
Right.
and 4. It went faster than the class above it. So it's just sometimes. That's a good speed mile. Even though you look and say, well, now moving up a level. Shady Memories has been racing in this the straight 8s at Sarnia, and then tried it here last time out. 10 wins on the season, 20 out of 36 in the top 3. Very steady.
Yeah, winningest horse of this field, and almost the high earner in here. The high earner, she is behind Waiting on a Woman. She's behind by about $7,000 in 2025 earnings, but 20 for 36. She's been busy this season, and she's still going strong. She loves her work.
When I look at earnings, I always like to look at earnings per start, which I think is
Right.
is a better measuring stick. But how about number 3, Lisa's All In? This is one that was second at Mohawk, just 2 back, but then last race, in a race that Waiting on a Woman was second and Shady Memories third, was behind those 2.
Well, we put her in there on the barn change, right? She did get claimed in the latest, and I guess that's why she's currently holding as a 2-to-1 second choice in here. Kyle Boston, now a co-owner and trainer with Daryl Newbiggins, Vivian McClellan, goes on board. He's a steady driver for the Boston Barn, so looks all right here. Lisa's all in. She could surprise here. Well, the horse players got her pegged as a 2-to-1 second choice, and right now on the barn change, maybe the change in scenery, maybe she could be the one.
Your mic went a little bad. I was thinking maybe you got a bunch of that smoothie spilled all over top of the mic that you picked up on in the last race. But we can hear you now. But nonetheless, I know who you like in here. Waiting on a Woman. You're all alone. 7-5.
Let's
You're with
go.
the fans, and they are moving in. Pretty Missy May, Little Bearcat on the inside. Lisa's all in. Shady Memories. Waiting on a Woman in the center. To the outside, Dolly Daydream and Sake Bomb. Field of 7. Race number 4. Field for the 4th race. Isn't the start in the rough, and leaving out Lisa's all in, Little Bearcat, and then also getting out, well, it's Pretty Missy May, Waiting on a Woman, and Shady Memories, and Dolly Daydream, and Sake Bomb. 3 across the track, driving into the first turn. Lisa's all in is widest of the 3 and is going to press on. Lisa's all in is in the lead now for Damien McClellan, and now is in front by 2.5. Pretty Missy May is out second. Little Bearcat's racing third. Waiting on a Woman is just waiting back there 4th right now. Then Shady Memories and Dolly Daydream and Sake Bomb 26-3. Opening quarter, Lisa's all in. Pretty Missy May rides along in the pocket. And Pretty Missy May at 30-1's got a good spot. Little Bearcat is third. Waiting on a Woman. Shady Memories, Dolly Daydream, and Sake Bomb of a lively 26-3. They race up towards the half, and Lisa's all in, still in the lead, 4-1. Pretty Missy May is getting a nice ride in the pocket. Little Bearcat now is an outside Bearcat, and then Waiting on a Woman follows Little Bearcat. Spotted second over, 55-4. It was a sharp half, and trailing 3 are Shady Memories, Dolly Daydream, and Sake Bomb. It's still Lisa's all in. Pretty Missy May at 30-1. There goes Waiting on a Woman. Waiting no longer, and is out now coming on to take over third. Little Bearcat is racing fourth. Then Dolly Daydream, Shady Memories, and Sake Bomb. Lisa's all in. Pretty Missy May at 30-1 is looking to bomb this 4th race field, and Waiting on a Woman is getting a little closer. Pretty Missy May trying to track down Lisa's all in to put up some ambitious early fractions, and Waiting on a Woman on down the stretch drive. Lisa's all in. Pretty Missy May. Lisa's all in. Pretty Missy May. Waiting on a Woman on the outside. Lisa's all in wins. Waiting on a Woman second. Pretty Missy May and Dolly Daydream. Lisa's all in did a lot of heavy lifting early, and yet still had enough gumption left to go all the way. A pretty impressive mile for Lisa's all in, Sugar.
Best mile she's ever faced. That's a new lifetime best of 153-4. She goes downtown at the river, off the claim. Now a 15-time winner, and she was only a 1-time winner this season coming in. But I don't think that's the last we'll see of her getting to the winner's circle in the weeks ahead.
Yeah, take about Kyle Boston's, because you claim a horse for 8 and that's got only 1 win in 30 starts, and you double it up with a win here, and not just any old win, a real win.
Yeah, and she said she had some attackers too. I mean, Pretty Missy May off the pocket ride, Waiting on a Woman. Well, she just kept on coming. Kind of snake bit in recent starts. Waiting on a Woman, nice trying mare, but just got caught up in traffic there. I mean, Little Bearcat was making a move first up. She's a different horse when she's on the lead. She'll want to go on. Didn't want to try it first up tonight, and that kind of hampered the try of Waiting on a Woman.
Well, the other thing with Travis, they drive these horses smartly because, it's their barn and they take care of their horses, and he doesn't want to cook these horses. And also you would have thought little Lisa's all in was going to kind of come back to you, and surprisingly, she really didn't come back all that much as you would have think off the 55-4 half.
Well, that was it. I mean, 26-3 to the quarter, 55-4 to the half, and it's not like she got a third quarter breather, because she got up there in like 28-3, and then she's still coming home pretty good to trip the timer in 53-4. So just a real nice all around effort. And Damien McClellan likes to put them in play, right? Especially for that Boston Sparn. He came to play.
And pretty Missy May at 30-1. Nice effort.
Oof.
Ken Middleton's got himself a nice 341 training
Yeah.
average coming into tonight.
That's awesome. Great to see her pick up the show, though, there. She was scary turning for home. I thought she might get there.
It's a 3-5-1-7. Back in front of us is number 3, Lisa's All In. 6-year-old Rusty's All In Brown Mare, owned by Daryl Newbigging and Kyle Bossons. Kyle Bossons, the trainer. Damon McClellan, the winning driver. Second win on the season, 15th lifetime, and a new career mark of 153-4. The fourth race, payouts, 3 Lisa's All In, $10.84, $4.30. 5 Waiting on a Woman, $2.60, $2.10. 1 Pretty Missy May, $5.70. $2 exactor, $43.40. Try, $127.75. Super, $615.20. 20-cent Super, $123.04. fourth race order of finish from the top. 36172 scratch 45. That's 36172 scratch 45 on the bottom.
Winbak Farm of Ontario is home to outstanding sires, including a three-time millionaire pacer tattoo artist who is new in 2025, the last great son of the legendary Sub Beach Somewhere and multiple stakes champion Beachglass, Meadowlands Pace and Ontario Sire Stakes champion Lawless Shadow, and the richest pacing stallion in all of harness racing history, the great Hall of Famer Mick Wicked. Also standing at Winbak Farm, Archangel, Better Than Cheddar, Betting Line, My MVP, and Trixton. For more information, visit winbakfarm.com.
Field on post parade for race 5. One Devil's Wish. Travis Cullen for Anthony Beaton and Kevin McKinley and Martin Van Beek and Brandy Guerrera. Number 2 is Hollywood Dale. Lauren House for Cassidy Schneider and Frank Chiaravolati and Colonel Schneider Jr. 3 Southwind Circuit. Austin Soy for Kyle Bossens and Hanson Wong. 4 is Convoy 22. Damian McClellan for Kyle Bossens and going for Broke Stable. 5 is Trinidad. Jason Ryan for Richard LaRue. And number 6, Lotto Max. Anthony Hunt for Dale Fritz and Edward Aitchison. Number 7, Ethereum Party. Jay Harris for Jacob Roberts and Steve Adams. And 8 is Smiles for Miles. Sammy Fillier for Chantel Mitchell and William McKay and David Serwatic. It's a field of 8 for race number 5. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, we'll start with Convoy 22, and why not? And we'll look at both of Kyle Bossens' horses. And I should mention that Sugar back in the 4th race with Kyle winning with Lisa's All In. He's in a lead now of 1 for most wins by a trainer this season to win the training.
Wow. Things
season.
Are tightening up then big time as we get into the final month at the river.
Well, he was 1 up, and then in the 3rd race, Robert Kyle Fellows scoring with Smoothie's Delight to tie things up. So then he said, I can't be tied. Back in front by 1, and a good shot to make it 2 here because he's got both Convoy 22 and Southwind Circuit. There's the Convoy.
Yeah, both look live. Both look live on the toe board as well. Convoy 22, one of the horses for the course at the river this summer. I mean, 17 for 21, top 3 finishes with 10 wins. All of the good stuff, likely right here at Grant River Raceway. I know he's one of your favorites. And you know what? Damien's got a few options here. This horse is not just a one-trick pony. Sure, he loves the lead, but he can race from off the pace. Just so versatile, and the form continues to be very good. And he looks sharp and fresh still off a very strong season.
Just and fits this Nominators of 3. Has been in this class a lot all this throughout the summer, and Convoy 22 just keeps racking up strong efforts, wins in seconds. Look at this stretch right now. They just, if he doesn't win, he's going to be in the top 2, but I think the win is the most likely thing. But who can give him a push is stablemate Southwind Circuit. Stabled with Convoy 22 and says, you know what, I think I can get the better you maybe today, buddy. I don't know, I'm going to give it a shot.
They get into a pretty good matchup last time out, right? They hooked up at 3/4, and nothing was separating them nearing the finish. It was a half-length lead going by 3/4, then it was down to a neck, and then it was down to a head. Well, maybe if there was a few more feet after the finish, maybe the 3 was going by. So the Barnmates set to do battle again, and nothing wrong with Southwind Circuit in here. Austin Sorey staying on to drive here. 27-4 on the end of his latest. That's 27-4 through the 3rd, sorry, and then 29-1 on the end. But that was a big 3rd quarter push when making that first up attack move.
Yeah, number 5 Trinidad says, hey man, I had a big layoff there, and that start was my first after being off a little while, and I finished 3rd in behind those 2, and I'm freshened up. I needed that start. I might just swamp both of them.
Yeah, I kind of liked him last time, and off of that 3rd best off the layoff, I said there's a good chance I'm going to use him the next time I see him, and here he is. 2nd start back off the layoff. You're getting double digits, 12-1. He's a must play within this high 5 sequence.
And then number 7, Ethereum Party. You remember last time out when you said, I think he's going to have to go the start of his life to beat these. And I said, no. He fits. He's dropped from Nominators of 3 into the Nominators of 2. He crushed the Nominators of 2. So he says, now I'll go back up to Nominators of 3. Can he carry it forward?
Well, off of that victory, he did pounce on them I mean, he got really brave when he made the top and drew off. He got very brave. I don't know if he would have had a horse next to him coming for home if he'd been able to hold one off, but never better when they're never better and winning like that, 52-3 home. Check the back half, 54-3. I mean, if he can match that effort, Gary, he can win this race.
He's got a big turn of a foot. I saw him beat the numbers
Yeah.
at 3 August 24th at Georgian, and same thing. Like he put in a 26-3 third panel, and he's I think he's more than a bit player here, and is 9-2 on the board. We'll see if you can get some coin with Ethereum Party, but it's a field of 8, and man, we do love our Convoy 22, and I love 5-2. You know, that's a good price for Convoy 22.
That's a rock solid price, but you know what? This is a very deep field. It's a well bet race and a great looking tote board right now going in behind.
And also some big payouts possible on the pick 5, as you saw. The only one, the 4 is a little bit on the lower side, but even that's nice. We're going to find out because it's a field of 8 moving into the backstretch and all into position. Field 4, race number 5. There at the start of the rough. Smiles for Miles. Lotto Max comes charging out. Devil's Wish on the inside. Southwind Circuit. Convoy 22 is relaxed away 5th, and then Hollywood Dale. Trinidad. Ethereum Party is trailing right now. Smiles for Miles wants to blast out and get the lead. Smiles for Miles. Racing on a lead of about 2 lengths right now. Lotto Max is second. Devil's Wish is third. Then Southwind Circuit. Convoy 22 is racing 5th off a 26-4 opening quarter, as the field will now roll their way on past us. And popping out from 4th will come Southwind Circuit. Then there's a gap of 2 or 3 in front of Convoy 22. Then it's Hollywood Dale, Trinidad, and Ethereum Party is trailing. They head up towards the half, and it is Smiles for Miles and Semi Filio who has the lead right now. And Lotto Max on the inside is second. Southwind Circuit is on the outside and giving cover to Convoy 22, who's following Southwind Circuit. Devil's Wish is about 5 off the lead, 56-1. Sharp halftime. Racing further back right now, third from last is Hollywood Dale. Then it is Trinidad and Ethereum Party. Smiles for Miles at 13-1. Lotto Max is 40-1. Southwind Circuit racing third. Devil's Wish, now Convoy 22. 3 wide now is starting to make his presence felt. Convoy 22 is coming on from the backfield. Look at Ethereum Party is flying right now. And it is Smiles for Miles in Convoy 22. And Ethereum Party is alive. And on the inside is Lotto Max as they turn for home. And then Southwind Circuit. Convoy 22. Here comes Ethereum Party though. Convoy 22, Ethereum Party, Smiles for Miles. Ethereum Party is going to blow on by and win it. Ethereum Party, much more than a bit player. Lotto Max 3 across the track for third. Ethereum Party had that big back half last time out and said, I think I'll just do that again.
I'm a believer. Wow. What a trip. And where he came from and did it on the wide side, 53-1. I mean, he didn't get to his life best, but that trip right there is every good as bit as what he did last time out. The massive, massive swoop of the field.
Yeah, and he's also got to catch up to a horse, Convoy 22, who's been sitting off of it and coming. And you kind of thought maybe it would be Convoy 22, Ethereum Party, but no, Ethereum Party blasted by. And I started realizing this one on the final turn was going to be more alive because he just had so much.
Yeah, he threw in a step or two through the straightaway, but Jay was able to just kind of, navigate through the stretch and keep them together. Very nice victory from way back to win it. And I think we got a big, big long shot for the deuce here in this non-jackpot high-five play.
Boy, that dropping him down, Ethereum Party. September the 7th, he raced at Flamborough, and he got parked every step of the way, and that just took it out of him. So he dropped a level, got bravened up, and man, he's what you call very brave now.
Yeah, this is the best I've ever seen him kind of smooth when making that big burst of speed. You got 5-1 onto a 40-1 for this high five. So it's going to pay huge if it's even sold. but for Ethereum Party, I remember when he was getting his career underway, a little bumpy gated and a little bit erratic at times, but it appears Jacob Roberts kind of got him figured out right now. This horse, again, he's ready for some preferred types.
I think the 6 is the only one that wasn't sold. If I remember correctly when I saw it flash, I think there is a ticket sold on the 7. But if you got that ticket with the 7, you loved when you saw him flying because it's
Wow.
it's a casharoo. There's Ethereum Party, 4-year-old Stag Party Bay Gelding, owned by Steve Adams and Jacob Roberts. Jacob is the trainer. Jay Harris, the winning driver. It is the 5th win on the season, 6th lifetime. Ethereum Party, victorious, 153-1. Fans, the inquiry sound pertaining to number 6 Lotto Max and action at the top of the stretch. Inquiry pertaining to number 6 Lotto Max. Fans, the judges ruling there were no violations. The top 5, 7, 6, 4, 8, 5 will stand. Also, fans, note in the 6th race there is a pick 4. Starting races 6, 7, 8, 9. Note there is a pick 4 starting races 6, 7, 8, and 9. Fifth race, payout 7, Ethereum Party, 1330, 820, 690. 6 Lotto Max, 1569, 54. Convoy, 22, 290. $2 exactor, 274.40. Dollar try, 394.50. 20-cent high five, 1876.18. Ka-ching. The 20-cent pick 3 is 82.95. 20-cent pick 4, 196.66. A 20-cent pick 5. We're going to need a bigger boat. $2,638.43. Fifth race, Soro finish from the top. 6, 7, 8, 3, 5, 2, 1, 4. That's 6, 7, 8, 3, 5, 2, 1, 4 on the bottom.
Alrighty, folks, we are back and we are set to go through the back half of this abbreviated program, Grand River Raceway. We are at 9 races this evening. Normally, we'd be rolling a picks 5 play on this upcoming 6 race, but with 9 races, the late pick 4 is going to be covering races 6 through 9. How about those payoffs in race number 5? You've got that high 5 with a playable Ethereum party circling them to win. And, 1330, nice win price. It was Lotto Max, though, that made this ticket pay. I mean, he was 40-1, had a pocket ride, and got up for the deuce there. 1,876 and change on the 20 center. And it doesn't end there. How about the pick 5? The early pick 5, one and only pick 5 play tonight. It came back well. $2,638 and change on a 20-cent ticket. It pays to play here at Grand River Raceway. So, no further ado, let's dive in to the pick 4. Late pick 4, starting up in race number 6. We're using 4 and 6. 4 is a current favorite. Bet I Will. Austin Sorry for Anthony Beaton. Second best in each of the latest 2. We could be sitting on a win right here. Number 6, Benjamin B, is going to be your price player. I like the chances here. Daryl Thiessen on board. I don't think he's going to be on the lead, but he's pretty good at grinding. If you could ever find a helmet to follow, to tow him right up into it and be close when turning for home, beware of number 6, Benjamin B. He's just got to stay close. So then we're going to look for prices in races 7 and 8. We're going to go 5 deep in the 7th, using the likes of the 1, 2, 4, 5, and 7. That is 2-year-old colts and geldings that are non-winners, 3,000 lifetime. I'm looking through the field, and yes, indeed, it's all maidens. 2-year-old maiden pacers for race number 7. I've got it carded as a wide open affair, going 5 deep in there. Over to race number 8, it's the fillies and mares on the pace. A good-looking field in there, but again, got to go 5 deep in there. There's many that can show up at a price. I mean, Big Nipper went a big one to be 3rd in the latest, and to me, she's finding a much easier spot. It's the outside post to overcome for, Sam Fillion going on board for Mike Horner. So keep that in mind. Number 6, Big Nipper, a player in race 8, Sam Fillion, catch driving that one. On the end of it, race 9, we'll use 2, Red Dirt Hot Shot, Jason Ryan on board for Jacob Roberts, who's gotten there tonight. Number 5, JS Bet This Lady. This one finds a softer spot for Rafi Barassa. Travis Cullen on board the 5. JS Bet This Lady on the class drop in the finale. I'm in to go for $20 even on a 20-cent wager. Gary Guy, his late pick 4 ticket idea. Let's bring forth Gary's ticket. Again, the late pick 4 covering races 6 through 9. 4 and 6 for Gary to open it up. So we're on the same page there. Inside for Gary in the 7th race, William of Bristol in the circle. Then he's 3 deep in race number 8 and will look to complete with the class dropper, JS Bet This Lady, the 5. And 7, Jules Diamond Eyes. Gary always chasing after that one. One more ticket quickly. Conley Ecclestone. What does Conley got? 3, on to 4, on to 2, and then he singles on the end. Number 5, JS Bet This Lady, class dropping $480 to play along with Conley. We're post-parading next.
Post parade for the 6th one. Dancing on the drive. Brought me down for Rachel Andrew and Ralph Jardine and Kevin Jardine. Number 2, Low Mo Problems. Travis Gunner for Kevin Botts and Mary Christopher. Number 3, Stay Humble. Sammy Filia for Austin McEnany and David Ducharme and Zachary Zanuzzi. And number 4, I Bet I Will. Austin Sorry for Anthony Beaton and Hunt Racing. Number 5 is 310 to Yuma. Damian McClellan for Mitchell Tierney and Ellie Stafford. And number 6, Benjamin B. Daryl Cheeson for Ken Oliver. Field of 6, race number 6. Well, Sugar, I have Benjamin B as my plan B, but you went for the B on the top.
Did put him on top. I just hoping he can work out some kind of trip from there. I don't see him gate blasting, but who knows? We've seen Thiessen do that with more than a few that never really showed a whole lot of gate speed. So it'll be interesting to see what Daryl's going to do off the car. Should this horse ever make front, I would think he's going to be a tough customer when on the lead if he ever tries that style. So we'll see what happens. Leaving the gate, the price is right. Like his chances, love that price, 9-2.
Well, and one thing too, you get one that's got 3 wins, whereas Bet I Will, where the money has come, is got 3 runner-up finishes, but no wins. So, there's Benjamin B and Daryl, double-barrel Daryl, trying to see if maybe a 6-1. Man, if that was the price, you would lock down the 6-1 right now against 3-5. But look, Bet I Will is certainly racing strongly of late, and looks like one that's knocking on the door.
Exactly. Runner-up finishes in his latest 2 at the River. And even he's got a couple of starts in August where he's been second and then third placed fourth. So you said it. You nailed it. Kind of sitting on a win coming in. Bet I Will. Likely to be forwardly placed. But I guess when looking at it, it's those 3 wins with Benjamin B and the rest are maidens, Gary.
Yeah, and why not bet a horse to do something he's already done, and rather than one that hasn't done it just yet? Especially if they're going to give you the price in this direction. It's shifting a little bit now, but number 1, Dancing on the Drive, 11-1. This is one also that can get off the gate. It has an inside post. 0 for 13 in the top 2, though.
Right, going to need a little more on the end of it. I don't see this horse winning. I don't see this horse finishing in the top 2, but I would give him a shot at third in here because he was staying on pretty good to be third in the latest. We tried to go all the way at Grand River Raceway. It was a favorite on that occasion, so they were going for it, but just a little short on the end. He'll need a little more on his finish to finish up close in here.
And Austin drove this one last time up. Brett with the drive as Austin's opted to 4 Bet I Will, but Dancing on the Drive. Definitely raced better last race, but still needed to close it out 30-2 final quarter.
Yeah.
Just wasn't going to get you the money. But 12-1 just might be enticing, and maybe Brett just give this horse. Brett has driven this one a couple times before, and so far hasn't been able to get a lot out of it. But we'll just see what happens here. Certainly likely to blast early, I think. Number 3, Stay Humble, raced here September the 3rd. Has had only 2 starts this year. Third. Beaten 15 and something because the winner was long gone.
Oh, yeah, Fire Control winner in 56 there. And this one was sub 2-minute speed, though only home in 31-3. Much better effort in the qualifier for Woodbine Mohawk Park last time out, 27-4. I don't get this. 2-1 on this horse, while it's 4-1 on Benjamin B. That's a head scratcher for me. The 6 should be nothing worse than the second choice, if not a favorite in here.
And this is the lone 4-year-old. The rest are 3-year-olds. So Stay Humble only had 6 starts last year as a 3-year-old and just a couple this year. So clearly this is one that's flashed some ability but also has had some kind of health problems.
Yeah, just maybe a work in progress. Came up from the Tony Alanya barn from south of the border. So there was some hope early on in the career, and now switching over to the Austin McEnany barn, and maybe we'll see a little more from that one tonight, but I just don't get that 5-2 action.
And then we got the PEI bred 310 to Yuma, who's just had a couple of starts this year. Didn't get much out of those. Changing equipment, blinkers to side rolls.
Right on. Well, yeah, you got to do something. You got to switch. You got to tinker because the last couple of outings were not so well. And you're right. Bred by Berkey by the Bay Stables, of Brackley, Prince Edward Island, a beautiful beach down that way, Brackley Beach. But Mitch Tierney, of course, he's got some PEI connections within himself. Damian McClellan, the Cape Bretoner, on board to drive. So some Maritimers getting behind 310 to Yuma.
Your top one, Benjamin B. Right now, B 7-2 is Bet I Will is the
Bravo.
favorite. Field of 6, they're into the backstretch. Dancing on the drive and a little more problems inside. Stay Humble, Bet I Will in the center. 310 to Yuma and Benjamin B on the outside. Field of 6, race number 6. Field for the 6th race at the start, and the rough, and Stay Humble and Bet I Will the first couple to leave. Dancing on the drive, 310 to Yuma. A little more problems, and Benjamin B currently B, the trailer. Stay Humble leads, and Bet I Will now wants to come on. Bet I Will 3-5 on the board, wants to try to grab the early lead, and Bet I Will on the outside is going to come on and grab the front because Stay Humble and Sammy Filia taking a hold and graciously sitting in the pocket. And then it is Dancing on the drive and a little more problems. Then it is back to 310 to Yuma and Benjamin B. 28-4 opening quarter, and they come off the turn. Bet I Will who's got the lead. Stay Humble is right there staying in the pocket as they come up towards us and heading towards the half. Then a little more problems and then racing on the inside is the 310 to Yuma as they race their way on up towards the half. And right now it is Bet I Will and Stay Humble dancing on the drive, and racing position 4th is a little more problems. Benjamin B. and 310 to Yuma is having some problems and is back trailing the field, and it is Bet I Will. 59-3 halftime. Stay Humble isn't going to stay in the pocket any longer. Stay Humble is going to move up and make some noise, and Stay Humble says, look at me now. Stay Humble 5-2 on the board. Leads Bet I Will by about 2.5 lengths, and then Dancing on the drive, and Benjamin B is kicked in, was last early, but now is moving on the outside, but has a lot of work to do because Stay Humble is rolling. 128 3/4, and Stay Humble, Bet I Will, Benjamin B and Dancing on the drive, and a little more problems on down the stretch where they come. Stay Humble, no need to be humble, look at me go. Stay Humble is going to win it. Benjamin B came from last to be second, then Bet I Will and Dancing on the drive. 158-2. Stay Humble, they say it's not bragging if you can do it. He's got lots to brag about now.
I guess. I mean, I missed the memo on this one. I couldn't figure out why he was 5-2. Well, I get it now. He was on go tonight. I mean, when Sammy right-lined him, this horse just found another gear that the rest did not have in there.
Yeah, and I guess the only thing is you just had to realize that this is one that's had some problems, hasn't had a chance to show what he's got. And that qualifier, the 27-4 final quarter, tipped a little bit that he's got something special. Yep. And then you also mentioned had been with Tony Alanya.
Of course, yeah. That's. I mean, any horse coming out of that outfit is meant to be something at some point. I mean, the start at Grand River Raceway on September 3rd, I mean, did close up to finish third, but he only come home with 31-3. So, again, the qualifier, you said it, might have tipped the hat that he'd be a little better tonight. Well, I kept guessing. Why is this horse 5-2? He shouldn't be 5-2. The 6 should be bet lower. Yeah, that was smart money on this fella tonight because he was so good to go.
Yeah, they knew the backstory that this is a horse that's had some health issues. And look, already now late in the 4-year-old campaign and has only had 8 career starts. So it's been a long time coming. But when it came very well. And Stay Humble doesn't need to be humble about tonight's effort. He can brag.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, it shows 30 flat on the end to win at 58-2. The way he took off from them, I thought he was coming home in like 28 or 29. It just, yeah.
It was impressive.
Just looked really good.
Yeah, and look, you don't need to go any more than that, so Stay Humble. Benjamin B did beat Bet I Will, so your one beat mine. Problem is, they were both not nearly as good as Stay Humble. They were humbled. 3641. Stay Humble humbles the field. A 4-year-old Stay Hungry bay gelding by Austin McEnany and David Ducharme and Zachary Zanuzzi. Austin McEnany, the trainer. Sammy Fillion, the winning driver. Stay Humble, 158-2. The 6th race, 3 Stay Humble, 770, 460, 220. 6 Benjamin B, 460, 220. 4 Bet I Will, 210. $2 extra, $27.70 try, $21.55 super, $46.95. And also a correction. Sugar was right. He was going more. 156 flat is the mile time. So a correction on the mile time, 156 flat. Fans, note in the 7th race there is a pick 3 in race number 7. 7th race has a pick 3, a double in race 8, and a super high 5 in the 9th race. Note in the 9th race, no superfecta, but there is a super high 5 in the final dash. And also note the corrected mile time was 156. So as we see there in the 6th race on the replay, Stay Humble rolling on up to 3/4. 128-2, and then the mile is 156, so final quarter 27-3 was rolling. Sixth race, sort of a finish from the top. 461-352. That's 461-352 on the bottom. Field for the 7th on parade, 1 William of Bristol, Jason Ride for Ben Hollingsworth and Andrew Moore. Number 2 in the circle, Damien McClellan for Robert Kyle Fellows. And number 3 is Wildcard Bet, Carl Thomas for Carmel Racing. For Sweet and Fast, Austin Sorry for Sean Stacy. And Hudson Stanibres and Bertrand Gillespie and Dave McDonald. Number 5, Lines Delightful, Travis Cullen for Anthony Beaton and 3 Lines Racing. Number 60, A Galloway, Daryl Teason for Vic Putty and Mike Horwood. And number 7 is Night Wash, Nick Boyd for Craig Bars and Nurko Sokolovic. It is a field of 7, race number 7. Well, let's get a look. And William of Bristol, we're both in on this one, Sugar, although Kenny and Conley, they didn't go along with us for the ride, but the fans did, 4-5.
Yeah, we like his chances here. He comes out of a prospect series. Now, Ben Hollingsworth training. Don't think Ben is with you tonight. I saw him being interviewed down in Delaware, Ohio. He was in to go with the Jugette eliminations this afternoon. So Ben, south of the border, but he's got his team looking after William of Bristol. Looking for that maiden victory. Jason Ryan on board. Odds on right now at 4-5. I like him on top.
Yeah, and look, the one thing, though, we'll see if there's some gate speed. You haven't seen a ton, although that one start here did get away second and finish third. And also, the Prospect Series last time had a little tougher group and had post 6, so I think
Exactly.
Jason Ryan might be getting this one up close to the pace. Number 2 in the circle, Damon McClellan, Robert Kyle Fellows in hunt of another win, and this is one that comes in off of his best career start.
Yeah, not a bad deuce. Home in 28-4 for a trip in 56 flat. I mean, I think you can be pretty safe and maybe box up the 1-2, 1-2, or 2-1. William of Bristol, I think, is going to be on or near the lead because I look to his right and there's not much for speed at all early. If there is, I think it might come with the 2. So it could be the lineup 1-2, 2-1. I'd be going heavy on the exactor box here with the 1 and 2.
And then Sweet and Fast is one that just a fringe player the last couple races, but Sean Stacy's barn's been good here this summer, and you get Austin Sorry, who's having a breakout season. Sweet and Fast, what's your thoughts on this Sweet Luke Colt?
Sweet and Fast. Find a spot up close and try to stick around late. I could see him sitting. Top 3 here. This Colt son of Sweet Lou. Austin Sorry, Sean Stacy combination. Not a real strong combo, but solid enough at the river over the last month or so.
I think he can get off the gate a little better than we're maybe anticipating. He didn't leave a bunch last start, but 27-4 the start before it. And I think maybe with Austin Sorry, he might try different tactics. I wouldn't be shocked if he tries to blast out with this horse. Just to shake things up, because you try different things to see what it's a 2-year-old just trying to see, what do you think? And
For sure, just kind of trying to find themselves early, right? I mean, fifth career start, a gate blast would not surprise me, especially with Austin board.
Yeah, I got a feeling Austin's going to be blasting with this one early and going to be a little more of a factor than you might think. And then 5 Lines Delightful. Well, I'm not sure what to make of Lines Delightful just yet. He's had 3 starts and really has not been a great factor, although last time out you see back-to-back good third and fourth panels. So, and this is just a young one that Anthony Beaton, so we know this is a horse that's probably well meant, and Travis Cullen, but I just haven't quite seen it yet, but I know that it might be there. 8-1.
Yeah, we haven't seen much, right? I mean, the first check came last time out, but as you mentioned, I like those back-to-back 28 and change quarters on the final half. So for that reason alone, I had to include him in the superfecta play. If he can stay closer, maybe he gets even better than a 4th. Maybe it's a 3rd or a 2nd, but he's got to stay closer, that's all.
Number 7, Night Wash, is actually taking money, 7-2. Been a fringe player the last few races, but maybe can climb onto the board. Has an outside post to deal with, but got put into play from post 2 last race. Did give up a couple of spots late, but Night Wash took more money last time out and is taking some money here.
Yeah, I was going to go there. I was going to use him in the top 3 or 4, and then I got looking around, and I thought, oh, you can't pick them all, right? But this is wide open. I mean, even Daryl Teason, with the 6 horse coming in off some Woodbine Mohawk Park races and stuff. I mean, the more I look at this race, Gary, the more I'm thinking this could be anything.
Yeah, and that's why you probably, even though we both like William of Bristol, we really wouldn't want 7-5 and in a field like this. You know, I think I wouldn't want to drop much below 2-1.
He's been big double digits in each of his last 3, right? Like he's been like 28-1, 20-1, 19-1, and now you want to give us 7-5? Come on.
Yeah, and after we've said all of this, I know exactly who's going to win here. The 3 wild card bet, because that's the one we didn't talk about, and there's Carl Thomas.
Only one we didn't mention, right? Well, let's go, Carl Thomas.
Yeah, it hasn't shown anything coming in other than a 28-4 final quarter last time out, a decent back half. So, there's a little shout for wild card bet at 35-1. It's a field of 7, race number 7 on a gorgeous Wednesday night at the river. The field is wending their way towards the start. William of Bristol, 8-5 on the board within the circle. In the center, wildcard bet, Sweet and Fast, and Lions Delightful to the outside, D.A. Galloway and Night Wash. Field of 7, race number 7, approaching the start. Field 4, race number 7. All in position. And the gate drives away, and D.A. Galloway, Night Wash, William of Bristol on the inside. Those the first 3. And then in the circle, Wild Card Bet, Sweet and Fast, and Lions Delightful. D.A. Galloway and Daryl Thiessen trying to make the lead, but William of Bristol and Jason Ryan wants to press on through. D.A. Galloway has to change plans and finds the pocket. Night Wash is racing still on the outside and is positioned to 3rd, but also might be trying to take back and find a seat on the inside, and now has one. 27-3, they're all in behind. William of Bristol, then it's D.A. Galloway, and Night Wash as the field races on past us. Then in the circle, and Wild Card Bet, back to Sweet and Fast, and then Lions Delightful is trailing the field. 27-3 opening quarter, and they head their way on up towards the half, and on top, William of Bristol is 2-1 on the board, and now stretches out the cushion. There goes Night Wash on the outside now, who's taking over second. In the circle on the outside is about to grab 3rd. Now D.A. Galloway is a retreating 4th, and then Sweet and Fast and Wild Card Bet. Lions Delightful is last. Well, now has passed one, because now trailing the field is Wild Card Bet. William of Bristol off of 58-2 halftime. The nice second panel breather at 30-4, but here comes in the circle, who wants to get to the winner's circle. In the circle, William of Bristol in the circle was able to circle up, and William of Bristol had nothing to hold that one off. In the circle, now Night Wash and Lions Delightful, who was last early, is about to take over second. In the circle, Lions Delightful, Night Wash, and then Sweet and Fast and Wild Card Bet, and they turn for home. In the circle is going to come back to the winner's circle. Charging late is Lions Delightful, but holding on for second. Well, actually making it close, Night Wash and Lions Delightful in a place photo, and then Sweet and Fast. But in the circle will be in the winner's circle, and one that certainly was able to circle up and pass the field with a pretty impressive burst there by 3/4 sugar.
It was nice. He was driven to win. Nice move when he did take to the outside. The horse wanted to roll on, so that was great to see. It was kind of a strange race. We saw horses making moves at numerous times. I mean, Nick Boyd, Night Wash, was outside and settling in, and then out and rolling again. And that colt Travis Cullen drove, Lions Delightful, huge move on down the backstretch, and he just sort of gathered him up on that final turn. I don't know if he was getting bumpy, but he just wanted to keep him pacing, keep him honest, and he let him roll a little more down the straightaway. There is lots to build on there from that start by the 5, Lions Delightful.
Yeah, so far just educating him, because he's been well back, and he closed last time 28-4 to get a 5th. Well, this time he's into a place photo, but that's one to watch for. But right now in the circle is the one we're going to look the most at, and Robert Kyle Fellows now gets a win as they battle for the training title here at Grand River this year.
They're going to go back and forth for the rest of September at the river, right? They'll go back and forth.
Yeah, just got it tied back up, I believe, and we'll just
Wow.
we'll monitor it. We'll keep an eye. We've got what have we got? Let's see, Friday. We have 4 more days
Wow.
after today. Is that right?
4 more days, eh? Wow, it's gone by quick. Tell you what, that five Lions delightful. I thought he was going to be like 15-1 in there. Boy, did he take late action, Gary.
Yeah, it took a lot. And Night Wash, I told you, has been getting money. And Night
Yeah,
Wash actually is one that did race quite well, but none of them raced as well as In the Circle, and that's why this one gets to come back to be In the Circle. In the
yeah.
Circle, and Damian McClellan, Maritime Connections, Shadow Play. Bay Colt, 2-year-old, with a first lifetime win. Robert Dunn Fellows of Rockwood's the owner. Robert Kyle Fellows the trainer. 157-3. Seventh race. Payouts to In the Circle, 760, 370, 260. 7 Night Wash, 694.25. Lines Delightful, 380. $2 exactor, 55.70. Dollar Try, 86.75. Dollar Super, 277.30. The 20-cent Super, 55.46.
Seventh race, or we finish from the top. 716 4352. That's 716 4352. Eighth race is up next. Note there is a late double in this eighth race. Error on the top of the program. There is a late double races for 8 and 9. Field for the 8th on parade. 1 Lola's Sunshine, Lauren House for Scott McNiven and Bradley McNiven and Thomas Broadhurst and Bradley Douglas. Number 2 is Stilton Gold, Austin Sorry for Harry Martin. And number 3, Odds on Selenium, Nick Stewart for Ryan Stewart and Triple S Equine. And number 4 is EL Citadel, Jason Ryan for Tim Jacobson and James Edward Lewis. And number 5 is Beyond the Hunt, Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and Paul Sanders. Number 6, Big Nipper, Sammy Failure for Mike Horner and Doug Wilson and Mark Horner. Field of 6, race number 8. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, Sugar, this is a field that I wouldn't want to take the favorite because this year this field has had 118 starts, 6 wins between them. So a little light in the win column, so I don't want a short price. So you've got one at 6-1 to start with.
Yeah, no shot. I want a favorite on top of and my picks this race. I want Big Nipper. And I like the trip. She went last time. You know, she was on the outside a long ways and was able to pass some horses late on the wide side to finish third. Sammy Felion, catch driving assignment. Let's go.
And also Big Nipper is one that did win 7 times last year. Actually was a good earner last year and it has more than $1,000 a start this year. And when you look at the rest of this field, there's only one other one in this field. That's 3 Odds on Selenium that's been earning more than $1,000 a start. And that goes for the 3 this year and last year. Big Nipper, lots of positives. And Sammy added in for trainer Mike Horner. And 7-1. That's a big sign.
I love her at 7-1. I'd love her at 3-1.
Yeah,
so that price right now is insane.
Yeah, and look, this is one also that had 7 runner-up finishes, so just has missed getting picture taken a lot of times this year. But Sammy could maybe aid in that. Others, well, I mentioned Odds on Selenium. It's the only other one that's made more than $1,000 a start this year. Been a good earner the last couple of seasons and was second here last time out.
Yeah, a pair of runner-up finishes in each of the, 2 of the last 3, right? So we'll give him a big shot here to hit the deuce and a wide-open affair, right? I mean, it's a 6-horse field. I've got 5 of them circled up in here, so that's what I think of this race.
And finished in front of Big Nipper last time out. Odds on Selenium was second and Big Nipper third. So, you know, I mean, they compare reasonably well, but Sammy certainly Sammy makes Big Nipper interesting. Sammy's had a breakout campaign. And number 1, Lola's Sunshine. Really not a lot of sun on this one this year. 0 for 22 in the win column. A second at Flamborough, though, 2 races ago.
Yeah, and a great check getter in races there. I mean, all through the program line, she's only missed a check once. That's 3 back at Grand River Raceway. I think the rail will help this mare. I mean, with the rail, I think front half of the field. And if she can manage to do that, then she's a top 3 player all day.
Number 5, Beyond the Hunt, has had now 2 starts for Jody Cullen. The first one at Flamborough in a bottom condition didn't do much, but then got to race in the 8,000, claiming winners under bottom class and beat up that field. Was the favorite and raced like a favorite. So now gets to carry that confidence forward.
Yeah, odds-on favorite last time out. Ed Hensley was catch driving. Travis goes on board for this one. Like her chances, dislike the price. I'm not a big fan of this horse at odds-on. When facing much easier last time out, I mean, Big Nipper, I mean, you'd never see her in an $8,000 claiming event. So for me, I mean, this 5 horse is way over bet.
And then number 2, Stilton Gold. This is one that was 0 for 2 seasons coming into last start here and wired the field. Was able to hold on at 15-1 at the finish. I decided to back this one again just because really I'm not overly impressed with anybody in this field. And Stilton Gold blasted to the front. Austin Sorry's back with the drive here again. Stilton Gold 4-1.
I could see Austin sending this one. I mean, if a speed battle develops, then it's got to set it up for the 6, right? I mean, to me, she's the best closer in this field. So that's what Big Nipper's wanting. Big Nipper wants the 2 on the lead and battling with somebody to set it up for her.
Our picks are both 7-2, and I think you might have the classier horse. But Stilton Gold was really good last time out. I just thought I'll take another shot.
Big Nipper.
It's well, we're going to find out. It's a field of 6 for race number 8. They're moving on into position. Field for race number 8 is at the start, and they're off, and leaving out alertly is Be on the Hunt. On the inside, Lola's Sunshine, Stilton Gold, then EL Citadel, Odds on Selenium, and Big Nipper is just relaxed away, trailing the field right now as Be on the Hunt is still hunting for the lead. Be on the Hunt in front of 1.25 lengths, now 1.5 lengths, and will slide over to the pylons in front of Lola's Sunshine. Then racing third is Stilton Gold. Odds on Selenium, EL Citadel. Big Nipper is trailing the field. Be on the Hunt. And Travis Cullen, 1-2 on the board. Lola's Sunshine is right there in the shade of Be on the Hunt. And then Stilton Gold is racing third. And fourth is Odds on Selenium. Big Nipper now starts to roll on the outside. And then back trailing the field is EL Citadel as they race up towards the half of a 27-2 opening quarter. Be on the Hunt with a lead of about 1.75 lengths right now. Lola's Sunshine is second. Stilton Gold is going to brave it first over, giving cover to Big Nipper on the outside. Odds on Selenium is on the pylons, and EL Citadel is trailing, but they're hunting Be on the Hunt, and Travis Cullen, who leads by a couple of lengths with Lola's Sunshine. Stilton Gold trying to press forward. Odds on Selenium. Big Nipper's not going to wait any longer now. There's Sammy Filion sending this one out 3 wide and coming on, taking over third, but has work to do because Be on the Hunt, heavily favored, is strong by 3/4, 125-4, a 28-4 third panel. Lola's Sunshine racing second. Big Nipper, Odds on Selenium, EL Citadel as the field turns for him, and then Stilton Gold on down the stretch drive. Be on the Hunt, but now Lola's Sunshine off the trip, and Odds on Selenium up the inside, and a late push from EL Citadel, but they come to the finish. Lola's Sunshine is shining brightly now. Odds on Selenium, Be on the Hunt, 155 flat. Lola's Sunshine got a rather nice trip and then was shining brightly at the finish, Sugar.
Wow, eh? I mean, I thought if she could get away well, sit the front half of the field, she'd be a top all day. Well, what was she doing? Working out a pocket ride to victory and a new lifetime best of 155 flat, and had a big number, Gary.
Oh, and look, this is an offer. I mentioned this is a field that doesn't have a lot of winds between them on the season.
Right.
And Lola Sunshine had an offer coming in, and not any longer, though. And look, Lauren worked out the trip, sat behind the favorite, and got bravened up, and then was able to pop.
And we both remarked we didn't want a favorite in there. The race had upset written all over it. Like I said, there's 6 horses in there. I put circles around 5 of them. Yes, there was a circle on Lola's Sunshine.
Yeah, just take the longest shot and say, well, this is not a field to have the favorite because they're all kind of stumbling and bumbling their way through some difficulties. And
Right.
there's Lola's Sunshine was able to blast to the finish. Then the other next 4 are all equally comparable, but then Lola Sunshine got the better trip.
The best trip won it. It's as simple as that. I mean, you put Big Nipper in the 2-hole. She's probably a winner. It's just Lola Sunshine, just hard luck through the season to be 0-4 coming in, but great to see her win it and go home with a new lifetime best. Her life best came last summer at the River, so she's no stranger to the winner's circle, and she takes the 8th as the longest shot on the board.
Well, it starts off a good double. We got one more great race to get a look at, but
Yeah.
and there is Lola's Sunshine, 6-year-old Sunshine Beach Bay, mare owned by Scott and Bradley McNiven and Thomas Broadhurst and Bradley Douglas. Scott McNiven, the trainer. Lorne House, the winning driver. First win on this season, 13th lifetime. Lola's Sunshine.
Eighth race. 1 Lola's Sunshine, 33.50, 10.93.90. 3 Odds on Selenium, 863.30, and 5 Beyond the Hunt, 230. $2 Exactor, 96.50. Dollar Try, 277.40. And the 20-cent Super, 637.14. Eighth race, sort of finish from the top. 1-6-2-5-3-4. That's 1-6-2-5-3-4 on the bottom. Once again, fans, note there is a super high five in this ninth race. The ninth race, a field of 8. The super high five to close out the evening. There's a look at our paddock camera provided by the Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program. Field for the ninth. On parade 1, Red Trans Am, Terrell Thiessen for Brett Lester and Rebecca Williamson. And number 2 is Red Dirt Hotshot Jason Ryan for Jacob Roberts and Russ Ellis. Number 3 is Ultra, Brett Medalla for John Curran.
Up.
5 is Jazz Bet This Lady, Travis Cullen for Rafael Barras and Ron Dopes and Charles Gazzola. Number 6, Burlesque Sealster, Damian McClellan for Tyler Schlotman and Kevin Skilton. And number 7, Jules Diamond Eyes, Austin Sorry for Brett Lester and Rebecca Williamson. 8 is Rambaran Rose, Semi Filia for Pat Rouleau and Stephanie DiPietro and Don Carswell and Henry Vertoli. And note that 4 is Muna, Lauren House for Cassidy Schneider and Colonel Schneider Jr., absent from the parade. It's a field of 8. Sugar, the final dash featuring the high 5, and post-parade was presented by the Omega Alpha Pharmaceuticals. And let's look at this field, and we'll start with number 5, JS Bet This Lady. Well, not on form is why this one's the bet. Class dropper.
Oh, yeah. This has got to be the drop and pop for this mare. I mean, she did get around the river this season, 154 flat. And that is her life best mark. And you can look all day. You're not going to find another in here that shows anything close to winning in 54. So for me, the class of the field has got to be the 5 JS Bet This Lady that's trying to find some form out there tonight.
You see, we're still waiting for Lauren House because Moon is still standing there in the paddock saying, well,
Come on, Muna.
I mean, I could go by myself, but I think the driver might have a better idea than me. And JS Bet This Lady looked 6th beaten 10 last race, but strong to 3/4, and 3/4 124 and 3. The mile went in 53 and 4. It was a little tough, but JS Bet This Lady 4-5. But if you don't want the favorite, you could go elsewhere. Red Dirt Hot Shot is one that's making just the 5th start of the year.
Yeah, we like her chances for a piece of it here. 4th best in the latest. Kind of on 55 into it, Brand River Raceway. And just going to make the 5th start back off the extended layoff, right? So Jacob Roberts looking for a little more from this one tonight. I think she can hit the top 2 or 3.
And then, I don't know if you saw it, I called my shot here. I decided to go to the 7 Jules Diamond Eyes on top. I changed it up. I am going to stake a claim here that Jules Diamond Eyes is going to come flying late and get the win here. Austin Sorry for Brett Lester. Drove this one, was flying late in 55 and won September the 10th to come on and finish 2nd. I think can close the deal here at 6-1 tonight.
You like this horse, Gary. You've pegged her as a big player anytime she's raced at the river. So you continue to go after her, and we'll wish you luck with her tonight. I just think she meets up with a classy customer in number 5, JS Bet This Lady.
And just a little update on why the 4 is still back in the paddock. Having trouble finding a race bike that fits the horse, so just having a little problem. Look, Sugar, I know a little bit about that myself lately. Some of the clothes are not fitting as loosely as they used to, so I guess Muna's been having a little too much hay, and the bike is they need a bigger bike.
I know that story as well. I haven't been using a belt lately. I love when I got to use a belt.
Yeah, well, Rambaran Rose is one that last race kind of tired out and faded off, but was out of the box about 17 days between starts. Now comes back on a little tighter rotation. Maybe it could be better in this spot. Outside post, though.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of taking back Sammy and get what you can in the late going. She should be able to pass a few, and that's why I got us pegged as a high 5 must play here. I mean, this is not a very salty bunch of $8,000 claiming mares, so I'll give her a shot to pass a few in here in the late going.
And information number 4, Muna, well, scratched. They couldn't find the bike that fits, so Muna's out and
He's like Cinderella.
Needs to go on a low-carb diet or something. But nonetheless, that was going to be your next pick, so we're going to have to go elsewhere. And what else do you want to have? You got yourself a 5, and a 2, and a 7, and an 8.
You know what? Let's go 3 with the addition of Lasik.
And Ultra is one that also was 7-time winner last year, earned more than $1,000 a start. This year, 7 starts, things haven't worked out well. Look at that final quarter, 33 and 1 at Hanover. I think that has something to do with why they added Lasix.
100%. Look for a little more. Anytime I see the addition of Lasix first or especially second time, you got to be thinking Well, the connections are expecting more.
This is John Curran's only horse and 7 starts, but this will be the second start back off of a bit of a layoff, and certainly one that was a consistent player last year. A mare that maybe could be better here. Maybe the Lasix will keep this one going. I think we do expect this one to at least be part of the early action, and we'll see if Brett can keep this one alive.
Right on. Let's go. It appears we're getting close here. It's the last call to get in on this non-jackpot. High five play. The 5 JS bet this lady. They're coming big time for this one late.
Well, the only one we didn't give any shot to was Burlesque Sealster at 50-1, and Burlesque Sealster certainly had a lot of equipment on, looked pretty flashy in the post parade, and wants to come back and flash, but boy, it's been really light for Burlesque Sealster. This is one that's not been dancing all that much of late.
Yeah, tough spot for that one in here. I think that would be one of the ones I think the 8's going to be passing late.
Well, we'll see how it turns out, but we did lose the 4 Muna scratched, and we have a field of 7. Your favorite is 5 JS Bet This Lady, 2-5. I'm calling my shot on 7 Jules Diamond Eyes right here, 9-2, to take down the favorite. We'll see. Final dash into the backstretch, gathering speed. And the field for the 9th and final dash. Approaching the start. They're at the start of the round. James Bet This Lady is going to leave, and also Jules Diamond Eyes, and then Ram Baron Rose and Red Trans Am, Red Dirt Hotshot and Ultra, and Burlesque Sealster as they race their way around that turn. But JS Bet This Lady and Travis Collins got the lead. Jules Diamond Eyes is right there racing position second. Ram Baron Rose, Red Trans Am, Red Dirt Hotshot and Ultra, and Burlesque Sealster, 27-1, a lively opening panel, 1-5 on the board. JS Bet This Lady. Jules Diamond Eyes is racing position second in front of Ram Baron Rose, Red Trans Am. Then it is back further to Red Dirt Hotshot and Ultra, and then Burlesque Sealster is dancing back, trailing the field. 27-1, opening quarter of the field heads their way on up towards the half, and JS Bet This Lady, Jules Diamond Eyes, and Ram Baron Rose, and on the outside now, Red Dirt Hotshot is up to 4th, and then Red Trans Am and Ultra, and Burlesque Sealster. JS Bet This Lady leads, but getting a nice rip is Jules Diamond Eyes, and staying right there alert in the pocket. On the outside, Red Dirt Hotshot is getting up a little bit closer now. Ram Baron Rose is racing for. Then Red Trans Am and Ultra and Burlesque Sealster. JS Bet This Lady is getting some urging. Jules Diamond Eyes is right on that one's back. Red Dirt Hotshot is getting up a little bit closer. 3/4, 125-4. And it is JS Bet This Lady. Jules Diamond Eyes is going to need some racing room, but can wait for the passing lane if need be. And then it is Red Dirt Hotshot. It is now JS Bet This Lady. Jules Diamond Eyes looking to blast up the inside. Here it comes, Jules Diamond Eyes, but JS Bet This Lady is strong. JS Bet This Lady, Jules Diamond Eyes, and JS Bet This Lady in a photo. Ram Baron Rose, and then Red Dirt Hotshot and Red Trans Am, 155-4. It was an interesting dash, and it'll be interesting to see. I don't know if got up the passing lane to win or not, but certainly at least raced well and made it a race.
Did too. I mean, I think they finished on the line together. That's going to be tight. Photo finish required. A dead heat would not surprise me there. I mean, I was trying to focus in, see who had an edge on the line. I don't think there's an edge here, Gary.
I stood up halfway down the lane because I'm at my best when I'm standing up and not looking at it on television, and I just couldn't. And I wanted to lean to the 7, and now I'm kind of thinking it's the 5. Based on that shot.
I still can't tell the difference. Maybe we get a better idea with this slow-mo. I mean, they're so close together, and they're just hitting the line together. I mean, 5 doing all the work, trying to get paid. There's the trip for the 7, and, of course, with a safety lane, gets the chance to pop up the inside. So someone's got their arms in the air and cheering one of these home. Who's got it? Who is going to win it?
It's coming, and we're going to find out just coming there right now. And
I think it's dead heat.
You know what? Bingo bango. That's why I couldn't call it, because I'm not that close enough to know one of them. Whoever won, if there is a winner by an inch.
Well, there it is. There's your winner. You liked her.
I wanted to
You
call
always
it.
do. You've been chasing her, man.
Yeah, I found the spot. Look, of course, if you're going to chase when there's a 1 to 5 shot, because there's no glory in taking the 1 to 5 shot.
Yeah, I mean, Travis, he knew he was chasing her up pretty good going into the final turn, and I thought even halfway down the stretch, I thought this mare's going to hold on, but no, Jules Diamond Eyes pressing on through, just had the best momentum. It's that passing lane victory. Oh.
And it wasn't great tonight on the picks, but I end with the straight super. 7-5-8-2 was my top 4, so ended with a flourish.
Good for you.
We'll talk to you
That's
Friday, Sugar. You know what? It was great, and I chased Jules Diamond Eyes and got this one home.
Attaboy. We'll catch you Friday.
There is a look at number 7, Jules Diamond Eyes, a 4-year-old better than Cheddar Bay Marrow by Rebecca Williamson, trained by Brett Lester. Austin Sorry, the winning driver. 5th win for Jules Diamond Eyes. Mile of 155 4. It's the 11th lifetime for Jules Diamond Eyes. Ninth race, number 7, Jules Diamond Eyes, 12:10, 3:22:60. 5, Jazz Bent This Lady, 2:10, 2:10. 8, Rambaran Rose, 5:20. $2 exactor, $19.70 try, 58.45. Dollar high five, 378.70. 20-cent high five of 75.74. Double of 1 and 7 is 301.20. Consolation double of 1 and 4 is $27. Dollar pick 3, $458. Dollar pick 4, $1,118.55. Ninth race, or a finish from the top. So 5, 4, 6, scratch 2, 7, 1, 3. That's 5, 4, 6, scratch 2, 7, 1, 3. Well, fans, that concludes the live harness racing program for this Wednesday evening. Action resumes on Friday. There's a look at that win photo from race number 9. Action resumes on Friday, first dash, 6:20 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody. Good night, Chelsea Bean.
Good night, Gary.